Hi, and welcome to Denver Speakers Corner. Today is December 28th of 2008. I am sure. And today we're going to have some speakers who are going to touch on several issues. My issue for today is a news release that I saw that said DC policemen, there are 4 of them, who were caught on videotape robbing Toys for Tots. This is a new low, even for DC police. And the spokesman for the DC police said, please, to the media, do not focus on the 0.001% of the police force that are rotten.
They get caught.
They get caught, that's right. Actually, I believe that was an English major because she couldn't do math. If you have 4 cops and that is 0.001%, then there are 400,000 policemen in Washington, D.C. Do the math, you'll see. It's just amazing.
Well, they might have needed the toys for their
Yeah,
kids.
they needed their toys. The policemen in D.C. need their toys. That's right. And we should send. That's right. But the 4 policemen were given paid administrative leave for their crimes, and this just put icing on the cake. Nothing like DC to say, you've done naughty, here, take a month off with pay.
We're going to reward them.
We're going to reward your bad deeds.
Why should you care about this?
Why should you care about this? Because police are just human beings, and they need to be watched like the people that they are watching. Who watches the policemen?
Who
The
does?
people should.
How? How do we do
How? That's a good question. And on that note, I'm going to pass it over to Mr. John Wren. John?
Oh, well, I'll tell you how we watch the police is with good elected representatives, and that's the problem with our government today is that it tends to be people get into office and just get reelected over and over and over. And we've got a great opportunity to break that cycle here in Colorado right now because Ken Salazar has been appointed to the, the skateboarder. Say they don't want you skateboarding here. And I certainly don't want him skateboarding here because we can't hear ourselves think when we're doing that. But actually out in that pond, skateboarders come and it tears it up. And if you call 911, they come and run them off.
Shoot 'em.
But, so who watches the watchers? That's why we have a representative system of government is we elect the watchers. And that's why it's so important that we have grassroots involvement, but also that when the people at the top have an opportunity, they take advantage of it to bring in sort of fresh horses into the system. And our governor, Bill Ritter, right now has a phenomenal opportunity to do just that, to not go to the easy choice, maybe somebody that's elected as a United States congressperson over and over and over again, so that they just sort of automatically keep the thing. Diana DeGette would certainly fall into that category. But let's freshen it up with some good local people. Maybe they're elected to local office, but let's send them back to Washington. I can't think myself personally of a better choice than Denver City Auditor Dennis Gallagher. 6 years ago, he was elected as auditor, and he's worked with the numbers mightily since then. He just, there was a big front page article on some of the good work he's done looking at Denver General Hospital and some problems they're having with their emergency response times and so forth. So he's been monitoring government performance through numbers. I can't think of a better person to go back to Washington to sort out this financial mess than Dennis Gallagher. Now, it wouldn't be just him. It would also be the connections he's developed doing his Denver City Auditor job, perhaps with a heavy input from the governor. But one of the reasons to send Dennis Gallagher is he's such a colorful person. He could get the attention of the media with whatever it is that he comes up with that we should do. This bailout, we're falling into easy answers. Diana DeGette today in the Denver Post, there's a front page article down at the bottom. Here's the front page and down at the bottom. And this is also online, and it's talking about the Denver Post questionnaire that was sent out to all of the candidates who have expressed an interest in running for the United States Senate. The only one that returned their questionnaire was Diana DeGette, and her answers are not satisfactory. Mayor Hickenlooper said, well, if becomes the United States Senator, then he would respond to the questionnaire. Well, what kind of an attitude is that? You know, if they put me in office, then I'll tell you the facts that you need to know about whether or not I should be appointed or not. How can he have that kind of an arrogance? But Diana Gett, I will credit her, she did fill out the questionnaire, but in the questionnaire, there are some questions that are just not satisfactorily answered. For instance, do you support the bailout? Yes. One-word answer, yes. Well, that's the problem. It's a one-word answer for every these guys back in Washington. They just vote yes. Mm-hmm. And there's, you know, here are poor people on the streets suffering, people losing their homes. There are individuals that need help in this country. Are they getting any help? No. But the Wall Street fat cats, they need money. Well, how many billion do you need? Let's just ship them all the money they want. Right. This is outrageous. There should be people in the streets protesting about this, and yet here's our congressperson, Diana Gett, who thinks it's just wonderful. Well, let's not send her back there. Let's send Dennis Gallagher, have him get in front of the media and bring this thing to a fruitful conclusion. One good thing about this crisis in Japan, in Japanese, the symbol, the little calligraphy type symbol that they use, the symbol for crisis and opportunity are the same thing. We have a tremendous opportunity in this financial crisis to do the right thing and bring in some fresh thinking. I can't think of a better person for that than Dennis Gallagher. So here today, we're starting a campaign to get Bill Ritter to appoint Dennis Gallagher as United States Senator. I'm going to put something up on Facebook on this. I hope you'll join it, and that you'll join us here next week for Denver Speaker Corner. If there maybe there's more points of view, maybe we've invited all the candidates to come here today to Speaker's Corner to speak, but as I'm looking around, are any of the candidates here today? No, I didn't think so. So they don't answer the Denver Post questionnaires. They don't come here to Speaker's Corner, but maybe they will next week. And I'm going to personally invite Dennis Gallagher and hope he's here. I hope that Ritter doesn't do it too quickly. I hope he takes some time and thinks it through, and that Dennis has time to mount a little bit of a campaign to explain why he'd be such a good candidate. I think he would be, but of course he's got to speak up for himself if he really wants to get the job. So I hope he'll do that. So Dennis, if you're watching this, we're all for you. We want to get behind your parade, so get out.